3, 2, 1, let's go! SupaKnowVa.
How's it going, guys? And welcome to Our Heads. So I did see something dropped a few weeks ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago.
It was the Netflix trailer for Three Body Problem. I think
That's right.
a few weeks ago, I don't know when, we talked about or at least I made mention of the book, and I actually didn't know that there was a production for it until maybe a couple weeks ago. And then the trailer finally came out. So getting excited.
So can you explain the book first?
Well, let's.
like
I do want to give a preface real quick. So, for those who have not seen us, we have talked about this book called The Three Body Problem, and it's gotten me really obsessed of what the three bodies are. Okay, start, Keith.
Well, it's hard for me. It's been a while since I've actually read the books.
can you tell us about like where it came from? Maybe the author.
Yeah,
you read
or like the background, like where possible.
Well, author, he's a Chinese sci-fi author. So this is actually your translated Three Body Problem, and it's actually, I think, is a really like a best-selling series. There's 3 books in this series. Three Body Problem of that title particular is the name of the first book. It is essentially it's hard to it's dense, but it's kind of there. It starts off like Chinese has this huge antenna that they've been like sending signals out into the into space. Yeah, just sending it out in different areas or whatever. And at some point they weren't, they were just doing it, but at some point they received a signal back, and they were all scared. It's like, oh my God, like we've got something back. Like, what do we do? Like, it could be, it could be a hostile, like a thing we discussed. It like they could be hostiles or something like that, or hostile race. Let's like not do that so they don't pinpoint exactly where we are. Let's not do it again. But there's a female worker there who I forget. I'm actually starting to listen to the books all over again because I wanted to remind myself of it. And I'm actually getting like I'm only like a couple chapters back in there, and I'm kind of really enthralled in it. I'm listening to the audiobook version of it, and I forget which what was a female worker, disgruntled worker, that she just was hating the human race at that point, and they were like, oh, let's not do this, like send another signal. Well, she goes into the broadcasting room and sends a reply, and so that reply gets received. They send a signal back, hey, we know where you are. We'll be here in this time frame. And
so they communicated in our language that we understand.
I forget how it happened, but I mean, it got received, and it was like, we're going to it. I think it was like maybe a counter. And so they're like, assume there's like, okay, they're going to be here in this time. But because of it's also a thing that has to do with physics as well, kind of like that everything that we thought was physics, the laws of physics don't really exist. They don't, like we were completely wrong about how physics works.
Okay, I think we should stop there for spoilers, because I am going to watch the crap out of the show.
I can't wait. And actually, I found out there's a Tencent. There was one that was done in China. There's actually 30 episodes. That was
a
series, yeah, of this already. But we're getting a Netflix version, I guess, also because it's going to be English as opposed to
international cast and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So in the trailer, I saw a woman with the sword. I saw
the sword. So that's why I'm having to like kind of go through the books, because the sword confused me. Like, actually watching the trailer, if I take it from someone who has no idea about the series, like I feel like that was very confusing of a trailer to me.
There was all kinds of things they showed. It was almost like a Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to be true to the source material, or do you think they're adding American stuff, or what?
Do you think that they're gonna add their own flavor, and they'll tell us what the three bodies are.
Maybe they'll try. Like I forget. Like what the I have to look up what the three body problem actually is. I think it
really
might be
wants to know what the three bodies are.
It's not really like.
That's it's the
I don't think
book
it's really put out
names
there
it.
exactly what the three body. Like it's not said this is what the three bodies are, but I think there's just based as it within that storytelling and issues is probably actually said. It's just not blatantly said to you.
I've told you what the three bodies are: Earth, Wind, and Fire. Those are the three bodies.
What kind of
Keep your
pagan
head to the
gods
sky.
do you look into?
September, I think it was.
Whose house am I coming
That's
over
for
to
sure.
watch this? Because I do not have Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have Netflix.
No.
As far as the story, I wonder like they should keep like this because I'm listening to the beginning of it and it's really deeply based like because it's in China, so it's the starting of all this is based in China and how it happens. So like if they change that, that would make no sense to me. It's not like it's it does become an international event, so it's not like it's just clearly like something that's going to be like this happened in America. No, I think they're going to, and I think from the trailer they did actually show that they did show some things that happened in China and some events that happened
It's
in the book. So.
Definitely in China, yeah, parts of it at least.
Yeah. There's a lot of things in the trailer. It's just like it feels like they were jumping all over the place with that trailer to me.
Yeah.
I think that was the intention. I think they really want to give you that psychedelic feel. I'm not sure if that is going to be the theme of the whole show, but based on what you just said, it's going to be really trippy, and I look forward to it.
I wonder how much information they're going to pour. I think like from what I heard, from where I read the Chinese version, like kind of tried to stay as true to the book as possible. I think they made some changes, but for the most part, I think they try to stay faithful to the series. And because I think of Asian storytelling, like there's that slow build up, like not just let's get to the action, like just where you're actually describing everything that's going on. Because in the book, actually, just the first few chapters is even dense on its own. There's a lot of information and things going on there. I think maybe being shown in a film aspect, it might go faster, but there's still a lot of stuff that's going on. I hope they don't change
seasons.
Yeah, it has to be. It's 3 books, and it's a lot.
So
unless they plan on chopping it up really bad, but I think kind of each thing that's told is it's part of the story. It's part of like it being built up into what's happening and what's going on. So hopefully they don't change a lot. Hopefully they barely don't change anything for the most part. I think it'll be interesting to see how.
Do you think it's going to be translated well?
Well, I mean, the books they're all in English, so hopefully they've followed. Like, I really would like people to use books as scripts. That's like it's all laid out there. Just follow it.
No, that never happens.
Because they're trying to. Well, they also want to get people like schmucks like me who haven't read the book. They want engaged, and so they have to put something in there for me to hook me in.
Yeah. And I think like there's some physics parts in there, at least like they try and establish physics within that world, and I think that that can possibly go over some people's heads. So they might like have to bring it down for that. I am interested to see how things are, how the sets and whatever they do with CG and effects, like I want to see how that plays out.
Okay. Well, it looks like they've spent some money on it, so it shouldn't be bad as far as the effects go.
Mm-hmm. So, and then
the dub, though, however, it's sometimes it's done really well, sometimes not so much.
I don't think it's going to be a dub. There are a lot of Americans in it.
This is actually going to be I think an English translation of it, so completely English acting.
English translation. Oh boy.
There'll be subtitles probably for the not American characters or whatever. Yeah,
I think. Well, I don't. There might be some Chinese stuff. Some can't Mandarin spoken.
Yeah, and it'll be subtitled.
But, I don't know how much because they're like that. You spend like a good portion in China. at the moment, so I don't know where that'll go with that. But I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
I don't want to say I can't wait until, as I don't want January 2024 to come that quickly, but I can't wait to.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I feel like I
That
haven't
means
Still
enjoyed.
your role there,
Christmas.
team. I still got things to do.
Yeah. So,
Summer
but I don't
hasn't
want to say,
even-
I can't wait, but it's like,
But you can.
yeah, I want to see it, but I don't want it to come that quickly.
Yeah. All right. Well, go ahead and wrap us up, Paulo.
All right. Is there anything that you guys can tell us about the three body problem that would lead me to learn about the three bodies? I'd like to see that in the comments below. Otherwise, guys, we'll see you on our next drop.
Later.